Today, I am making the most out of the checklist layout. Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I'm working in my catch-all planner. This month I am using the checklist layout, so I'm excited to work on that and show you a new way or a different way to kind of get the most out of this layout. So we're going to dive straight in. I am using goodies from Rongrong DeVoe. I love her fall collections. They are some of my faves. Primarily, I'm wanting to use Bookworm Volume 4. I have Cozy Fall pulled out as well, and a lot of her washi and PET tape. So let's dive in and let me show you a new way to use your checklist layout. The checklist layout is definitely the perfect layout if you are a list maker like I am. I love a list. I live off of a list. It's just great to kind of brain dump all of the thoughts out into a list to know what you need to get done that day or that week. And I've used the checklist layout for that reason. However, I think that there is a way that you can adapt this layout and kind of take it up a notch as far as the list making goes. And that's what we're going to try to do on this spread. I opted to start out with some of the decorative elements here at the bottom. And that's because I wanted to use this washi tape. Sometimes I struggle with the Rongrong washi that is this kind of thicker washi that has the girls on it. I never know quite what to do with it. Let me know if I am alone in that. I love the Rongrong girls. They are my favorite. I love having them on my spreads. But when I'm using them in the washi form like this, sometimes it's hard for me to use that washi. So I wanted to force myself to use this particular washi in this particular set and see if I could really have it be a focal point on the spread. So I decided to make it almost like it's a little film strip. So there's like a girl in each little box. I think it's adorable. I'm using this deep maroon color to outline here at the bottom. And then I'm actually going to bring in another washi tape that is actually PET tape, this one with the different books on it. And it is going to go nicely at the bottom. I thought that this was cut out closer than it actually was. I was really hoping it was cut close to the books. It's not. It's a full line of PET tape, but that's okay. It's going to layer over the top like this. When I first put it down, it didn't quite match up. See that little white piece? I had to adjust it. So we're going to pull it up, shift it up. You're only going to see a bit of the maroon. And actually with the shine from the camera, it looks like I covered up the maroon completely. I promise I did not, and there will be plenty of maroon on this page, but we're just going to have the little books trailing here at the bottom to leave an interesting edge instead of all of the straight lines. I will echo that same look on the other side of the paper. This is actually a very, very simple way to decorate a spread because it's just using washi tape so far. This is making a huge impact on the look and aesthetic of the spread without using a ton of different stickers, which is awesome. And the whole of this spread took me maybe 20 minutes all together to do. It just came together really easily. Okay, so that works just fine. I'm going to pull out a few stickers. We're still just focusing on decorative. I promise I'm going to show you how this will look a little different. Let's start with some washi tape. So I took that same maroon washi. I'm using it to cover the first bullet point up at the top right here because I wanted to make a very distinct line. What I'm thinking is instead of having these lists be for each day of the week, like a Monday list, a Tuesday list, so on and so on, I want to relabel these boxes and have them almost function independently from the days and instead be different categories of things that need to get done. In this way, it kind of helps you time block, however you want to call it, the things that need to get done in your week. So as you're kind of brainstorming, as you're doing that, what I call the brain dump list, you can categorize those things into different lists. And so when you have time to run errands or when you have time to do chores or whatever the case may be, you go to that list and see what's the next thing that needs to be done. I did have to double up that washi so that it would be thick enough to show on the top and the bottom. I'm pulling some neutral boxes from a Keleva Plan monthly neutral basics sticker book. I just needed some basic neutral boxes. We're going to get those into place. I will label those in just a minute, and I'll show you what I'm talking about for the categories. What I love about this is planning works different for everyone because everyone's brain thinks through things a little bit differently. Some of us like to think just day by day. Some of us like to think through the whole week, what needs to be done during the week, and I'll go and find something when I have a break. I'll find something that needs to be done. Making your planner spread really work for how your brain thinks, I think, is pretty vital. It's pretty important to making it a planner spread that's going to be helpful in your life. It can be used in multiple ways, and it's important to be able to think outside the box so you can really think, how do I like to think through my week? What do my tasks look like? That type of thing, to make this work in your life. Okay, I am taking a few more decorative stickers here. We're going to start working our way around the edges with some of these images from Bookworm. Is this volume 4? It's the one that looks like Harry Potter. I'm still in the Harry Potter mood. I can't help it. I love those movies. The fall is the time for the Harry Potter movies. I absolutely love them. I'm also pulling that strip from Amber Allure. You'll see me pull several different stickers from that sticker book as well. Love that one. It's one of my favorites. Let's get the Potter glasses. You can have a scroll. You can have a little wand. Oh, the key is perfect. I'm just having these little decorative elements. I don't want to cover up where the checklists are. Those are going to be pretty important. And then as far as schedule, where am I going to put all the practices, all that type of stuff? That's going to go in the top row of boxes. And instead of using functional boxes, once I sit down to fill this in, I'm just going to use bullet points. I think that's going to be a very efficient way to have the schedule listed. And I don't need a million functional boxes that way. I can just pull out bullet points, or I can use a stencil to create bullet points to have the schedule for each day. Okay, even though that washi tape makes a pretty big statement, I didn't like the little white band that was over the top. So I decided, let's break that up a little bit with a few stickers. You're going to see me layer stickers over the top of the washi. And then I'm also going to start to bring stickers up to the top of the page as well. Most of my decoration for this spread, you may notice, is around the edges. No, I'm not using the bottom row of boxes. It's purely decorative at this point, but you totally could. You could do some clusters down here and have some decoration. This is a great place to put habit trackers. This is a great place to do check-ins as far as well-being and self-care. You could totally add in some boxes down there to do those things. I just decided to have this be strictly decorative because I think it sets the stage nicely. All right. Feeling pretty good about that. Like I said, I will be bringing in some stickers at the top, but what I want to do is go ahead and fill in the categories here in the middle. So I'm pulling out my Micron. I'm using a size 1 pen, nice and bold, and we're going to label these different categories. We have chores, meals. I tend to not meal plan specifically for the day, but just have meals available during the week, errands that need to get run, kids stuff, like, do I need to sew on a patch for scouts? Do I need to iron a band uniform? Whatever the case, kids stuff that maybe needs to get done, self-care that I want to get done this week. What am I planning in advance for? And then, of course, the ever-present miscellaneous. What are the random tasks that may need to happen? So I like thinking in those categories because I might have a block of time where I really want to focus on the house and knock out a bunch of house chores. Or I might have a block of time where I want to cuddle up with a movie, and that's a great time to be doing the sewing on of the patches and things like that. So it's a different way to look at this layout, but I think it's a fun, really efficient way to look at it as well. Okay, the top of the spread feeling a little plain to me, so I thought, let's white out the days of the week. It's one of my go-tos. I'm going to add that same maroon washi. We're bringing it throughout the spread. We're going to add that at the top. I am going to pull some day of the week stickers from Proud Sticker Designs, which are some of my favorite functional stickers. You guys should all be shopping Proud Sticker Designs over on Etsy. One of the sticker shops that I actually purchase from on a regular basis. Love, love, love those stickers. So I'm going to have the days of the week like this, but there's still a ton of white space, and you guys know me, I don't love the white space, so let's add a few extra stickers. I looked up the cozy fall stickers. They were a little too orangey for me, considering this was mostly maroons and browns, that like deep neutral kind of dark color. So instead, I'm going to go with the Amber Allure, find some stickers from there, and also pulling from Bookworm again. So we're just going to layer a few more stickers kind of scattered across the top. And once those are in place, then I'll be able to bring in the days of the week and the dates as well. What are your thoughts on using a checklist layout in this manner? Do you think it's something that could work for you? And do you mind manipulating a different layout or a layout to work for you? I think that's kind of the key to Planner Peace. I think very rarely is a planner designed absolutely perfect for how we need it. That's why I like to do my planner inserts in a way that I think can be really flexible, that I think gives you the freedom to customize it. If you are truly customizing your planner to work for the way your brain thinks day in and day out, then that's going to help you use your planner more. The more you use your planner, the more you're going to get done, and you're just going to be drawn into it more. It's like the productivity cycle, if you will. So I like it. I think this is a great way to organize this layout, and I'm interested to hear your thoughts as well. All right, once I get the dates on here, that's going to be it for this planner spread. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. I will link the supplies that I used down in the description box below. I do want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon community. We are wrapping up an amazing 2025, and I cannot wait to share more about what is coming up in 2026. This is a great time to head over to Patreon, join in the fun. You can head to patreon.com/ScrappyWife to find out more info. All right, I hope that you have a fabulous day, and as always, keep it creative.